So today, guys, we're making a tomato soup. Had plenty of leftover stuff that's probably need to be thrown out in a couple of days. Nothing better than just chucking those in on the pan and making a little soup out of it. So what we're going to be doing, lads, is we're going to be taking 2 red capsicums, 2 red heirloom tomatoes, 1 yellow heirloom tomato for something a bit different, 5 normal truss tomatoes, 3, I would say they're medium-sized brown onions, little carrot and some garlic. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to just chop all this stuff up, roughly, only in like big chunks, chuck it on the sheet tray, drizzle some oil on it, put a little bit of salt on it, and then I'm going to chuck it in the oven for 40 minutes on 170C, which is about 350F. So yeah, just slicing all this stuff in half, chucking her on the sheet tray, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. So we're just chucking this in, however, it doesn't have to be anything too special, just as long as you get it all in there. And then we're just going to get some old-fashioned olive oil. And obviously I'm usually quite a macro-friendly person, but we're not being like that today. We're just lathering it all up, really get it all in all the nooks and crannies. And then just a bit of salt on top as well. And then we're going to just chuck this in the oven, 170 for about 40 minutes, and then we're going to come back and do the rest of the naughties after that. And forgot the carrot, guys, so we're just going to quickly chop that up as well and chuck that in there. No harm, no foul. Do you reckon that's average or above average, this one? Tell me in the comments, guys. Is this above average or average? All right, lads. It's all nearly done, ready to rumble. In this grilled cheese, we're going to be using 2 types of cheese. We're going to be using an extra tasty cheddar, aged, 12 months aged. And then we're going to use a couple of slices of this Gouda cheese. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just get about this much cheese of this one. And it just melts easier if you grate it, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to just grate this down. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy. And then we'll just get a couple of slices of this out. And then I've got a fresh loaf of bread here. So what I might do is I'm making one for me and the cameraman. I'm going to do 2, I think. Really nice fresh bread this. Pile these boys up with some cheese. Okay. I think all this is done. We're going to just pull this stuff out. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, she's hot though. Oh, bloody oath. Look at that. Now we're going to have to let this cool down a bit because it's very hot and you can't really be blending up hot stuff with liquid in it because it'll just expand and just blow your head off. We're going to just do this in batches. Typically you'd probably want a stick blender and just blend it in the pot itself, but we haven't got one, and our blender's not that big, so I'm gonna just like maybe fill it up about this far each, put a little bit of stock in there so that it cools it down a bit so it doesn't just explode. So yeah, let's just see how this goes. Fingers crossed we don't make a massive mess. Geez, we might need to do 4 actually. Probably can't fill it up any more than that, otherwise it's gonna be danger zone, I reckon. It's not that warm, so we should be okay. Just a little drizzle of that in there. Can all of you guys please pray that this doesn't squirt everywhere? We need to get some praise in the chat. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to just let this reduce, let it simmer, and we're going to add about another couple hundred mils of this stock, which is about half a cup all up. And then we'll just see how that goes, and we'll taste it, see if it needs any salt, pepper, maybe even a bit of sugar. But it's looking pretty good. We're going to also add cream to this too. And then while we're doing that, get the grilled cheese going. Get this ripping hot, this boy. Now you could put more cheese in this if you want, but we're trying to keep it a little bit healthy around these parts. That's probably enough for the butter. And then we're gonna just flip these boys. Oh, cheese nearly burned me face off. And those only need another couple of minutes on that side, just enough to let the cheese melt, and they're done. Look how good they look. So grilled cheese is done. I think we're going to just add a little bit of brown sugar to this, just like a little sprinkling. It's probably heaps. A bit of salt. Probably needs a bit of salt, to be honest, it's not that salty. And then we'll get some fresh cracked black pepper. A few cranks of that. And then all we need to do now is just add some cream and we're pretty much done. About 100 mils of cream. cream we're adding here. Look at that colour. So here we go, guys. This is the finished product of the tomato soup and grilled cheese. And there we go, lads. Look at that. Let's have a slice into this. It's probably a little bit cold now, this grilled cheese, but oh no, it's still got a bit of warmth to it, but it doesn't really have much of a cheese pull to it anymore though. Looks bloody good though. And then finishing just a little bit of cream on top. Just a few drizzles just for a bit of professionalism. Let's have a taste, see if I've done any good. It's actually so nice. I'm not really a big soup person. I never get it when I go out. I never really want to get it to just, I never really want to get it pre-packaged to just have at home. I never really eat it, but the combination of the cheddar and the Gouda in this. This is probably the highest effort video I've made on YouTube, but it's worth it though. It's probably one of the best things I've made, I think.